everybody will be mentioning Asiedu Nketia or a captain. People will mention John Mahama. Brad John Mahama call MPB or say and the on-TSA constituency John Mahama nya vote chairs MP no. O MP ni kwa technically o kwampuno amboa John Mahama. In the leadership will make a decision. I don't know also kasa because won't to me po amboa John Mahama am cross 7 million. This is leadership. Whether we like it or not. Leadership will take a decision. Asiedu Nketia ba na nkedia wa na oha. Dia na nkebeka say extraordinary about his leadership. So Asiedu Nketia, he came. Now he doesn't touch anything and he also sits there. Then why did we all go and say we want Asiedu Nketia just for people to say General Mosquito, General Chairman or Shabakatari? No. You wanted him to come and make some decisions. Take some decisions that at the end of the day you see said there's a new leadership. And where he has touched, it is not a permanent position for anybody. After forcing can be changed next year. After forcing can be retracted and a new person will fill that position. For my brothers and sisters in the north, this is not against Haruna Iddrisu. This is not undermining Haruna Iddrisu. It's a strategy to get the NDC a more personal power. No, you people want the NDC to come to power. You don't want the NDC to take decisions. Then how do you get to power? I want us to discuss NDC leadership changes at Abano because it's important. Ghana 14 maybe I say MPP for Polaromo money Jimmy no. It is all because omo person you margin free and some nankasaso. And the yenfa closure, Bronika say yenfa closure to NDC for reshuffle omo no parliamentar. Just say yenka semninsi yentwaso. Na NDC come together, MPs, whoever come together. You want power. Don't let some fool make some of you the MPs mokasadodo. Some of you the NDC MPs mona mama MPP who kwai amomu use and call for against him because you talk too much when there's nothing. Unnecessary talking. Because we've called you into a radio station, don't go there and act as if you are the most wisest person in the NDC. No. There's hierarchy. There are changes that has to be done. People take decisions. In Kwafoni be more kasa, you need to relax. Ghanaians trust the NDC. Some way very, very smart. You know that this is a minor thing. You don't need to even dwell on. You are not even supposed to grant interviews on this. It is our party. We choose what we have to do. We want to do. There are serious things on the table. Now, every day, my fellow brothers and sisters, especially my northern brothers, this is the time you need to educate Ghanaians why some of the journalists are diverting the issue. Their monies are being stolen. You don't just get up, sit on TV and speak anyhow. When your leadership take decisions, they take the decisions in the interest of the party. Time Ghana for NDC for Nyaka change in leadership. Why did you ask for the change? And I want to ask the NDC for any Omo MPs that kasa too much. Mutala, you talk too much. Sam George, you are a kid, shut up. Suhini, you are a rookie in politics, shut up. You talk too much. The people have done a lot of damage. They want to use you people to distract the people. Shut up. You cannot have everything every time. You people talk too much. Relax and maintain. The people need some change. They need a party that will show a new face. A party that can instill confidence. A party they can trust. You need to take drastic decisions. It cannot always be you people. It cannot always be about you and what you people want. It's about what the leadership thinks is good for the party. Inti NDC pe change, you know. We don't want Ovoswan Pofo. He's a nice man, but we don't want to because some things you're supposed to do. Now you get somebody who comes in and say changes has to be done. You are screaming like pregnant women. You people should sit your asses down. I respect you people a lot, but you are making too much noise. This is not supposed to be a national discourse. Experienced politician like you, Muntala, this is not supposed to be something that you make people see you as, hey, where is your experience? You are fighting on chicken neck. There's a cow. And that cow is the MPP. Kill it. That is where your weapons are supposed to go. You don't fight over chicken head. You don't fight over chicken neck. There's a bigger thing for you people to be looking at. Some of you talk too much. Some of you people, I respect you very much, but you talk too much. You give too much to the MPP. Whether you like it or not, Ghanaians have come to accept the NDC. So I'm a Papa Chai MPP. You just have to go by leadership decisions. Now we saw this. There's been some reshuffling in Parliament, NDC 4. And the leadership, those who came in at Forsen, Ibrahim and Kwesi. And Kwame. Now the old leadership, Haruna Iddrisu, James Kluche, and Muntaka went out, and 2 were retained. Now, why should this be a big deal? Why should the media see this as the biggest issue? Why do you think the media is interested, the MPP media? Why do you think this is so interesting to them? I don't know, just said they love this too much because they know their party has failed. They know the government of the day has failed. And they know that the NDC has shown that it's a party born out of democracy. It does not matter who you are. The NDC can put you where you have to be in a positive way. Who in their senses will have a problem with the new leadership, thinking the party needs a new kind of leader moving forward? I see a chairman. Now I said a chairman so baby dokunana. You hear new executives, you hear new executives. Now more to about now more to executives. Something has to be done. Some changes has to be made. Whether you like it or not, there's a new leadership. The new leadership has what we call plan. They need to win an election. MPs, those MPs making noise. With all due respect, I respect all of you guys. I don't have a problem with you. You are getting something wrong. NDC wants power. Your job is to make laws. Now, technically, there are some NDC making noise today. Dormaahene had more votes in their constituencies than them. So technically, you people did not even contribute to the 6 million because you fell short of your number. But at the end of the day, NDC lose elections, who were we blaming? When NDC election 2020, in the history of the Republic of Ghana, a president who stepped out of power in 4 years coming back to galvanize 6 million voters, the Supreme Court, whose name was what our lips. We were blaming the chairman. We were blaming the hierarchy. We were blaming the people up there. But there were some MPs, and there are some MPs. Dormaahene, the flag bearer, got more votes than them. Your MPB 60 votes. And that MP will sit today and say, why are they making changes? You could not even help your flag bearer get the same numbers as your flag bearer. Into moral right, Ben, I will crumple to talk about why leadership is making change. Because you can say you blame MP by MP, and the numbers you brought on board, a majority of you will not go back to parliament. Me see, the numbers by numbers. If a flag bearer gets more numbers than you, an MP in the constituency, then it means you are not even important. You are not contributing anything to the party. So the NDC as a political party, since Asiedu Nketia Betnas, he said we need some going forward. Now, some people went to the north, and the reason why people in the north were angry was all because Obi Okachiro almost say, "Oh, Haruna Iddrisu, you're permanent free abaimu, you're permanent free parliament." No. Haruna Iddrisu has not been sacked from the NDC. Haruna Iddrisu is still an asset to the NDC. Muntaka Mubarak is still an asset to the NDC. But the party feels and believes that at this juncture, a new leadership in parliament will help. What's the big deal here? Kwesi Prat is speaking. This is not the best time. When is the best time? You have less than 2 weeks to go to parliament. You are expecting... The people are expecting you to be on your feet, not being distracted by anything. Is it? Are you supposed to wait? Abra and parliament be about changing leadership ana. Yan prime minister no. And the Akuffoaddo's government, there's nothing like a right time. The right time is to take this decision now, and then you go on smoothly. Into for Kwesi Prat, a learned man like him, always crying about it is reckless. What is reckless about making a change that at the end of the day, the bigger picture is to win elections? Because the fact of the case in the say, Muntaka, Haruna, they became unpopular time I'm passing for Riata. The amount of faith and not Ghana for Muntaka, any Haruna, any the other people, no, the way they fought to bring Alban Bagbin or make him the Speaker of Parliament, and the way they basically, you don't even know the word to use, allowed Kenoforiata to occupy that position again as a finance minister. That confidence, not only power or NDC leadership anymore, it came down. There was some words, some perception walking around that you people were doing too much business with the MPP. Now the issue is, are you not even happy that perception that could have clouded your political career, no, today you have been taken away from that position for you to at least get out of the spotlight, for people to know, say, if things don't go the way it's supposed to go, it's not your fault. For somebody to sit and say, NDC changes, it is reckless. And I feel so bad using Kwesi Prat because and consistently keep saying that. But Kwesi Prat was never able to say, this day, this month, this year is the time we have to do reshuffling in Parliament. No, it doesn't work like that. When Haruna, Iddrisu and Muntika were being brought in, the NDC did not organize a press conference. They did not have a party. They never went to circle. The NDC took that decision, and today they have the right to take that decision. So it becomes so difficult when you give the MPP radio station red meat. You give them red meat. And the more you give them red meat, the more they deflate, the more they distract the people. So we are the ones helping the MPP to lie to the people, distract the people. Now, let's get real here. What is happening now is basic. There's a football club. There is a captain of a team. There's a deputy there. Football club on a league season. Oma will say the captain of the team, majority of the referees in the league, the captain is very temperamental. Every time he has issues with some of the referees, some particular referees, but they don't even want to see the captain. Now, a new coach comes in. He has been monitoring the team from far and says, you know what, you, this captain, you're a very valuable player. But baby, you drew 7 games for the league to end. Now you're a good player, but your relationship with the referees not around, I see say it is really hindering your chances, because sometimes penalty be cry or say referee be because that relationship with you, and I say the way you conduct things, the referee be sure they have something against you. So me, the new coach, I feel say take the back seat. Let some new ones we can also trust as our team to move forward, and let's see if a captain's band will be. Because the time now, captain and your obisu no ho can say unim bibi. Haruna you young, Haruna you eloquent, Haruna to me kasa, Haruna looks like some young man who can, in fact, express himself on issues. So what so for Captain Haruna? Obi anya demonstration was same. When Haruna was made the leader of the minority all these years, nobody had a demonstration in the north. Into Eden and there. We see people demonstrate, say, I don't know where Haruna. Haruna himself, on himself, position where you're permanent. He knows. Haruna Iddrisu knows that being the minority leader is not a permanent thing. You can be changed the same way someone was changed and was brought in. The analogy is, you're captain, you say take a back seat. Let somebody lead this game today. The rest of the league, they are in. Are you not going to be happy? Maybe some points be a drop here, some team be cry bar. Coach who say, referee who say, new captain, former captain, a new captain, the referee might. So this decision does not make the captain irrelevant to the team. This decision by Asiedu Nketia and the Council of Elders, it is not to relegate Haruna Iddrisu. Haruna Iddrisu is still a very important personality. NDC for here. Muntaka is still needed. But the issue here is currently in Parliament, the new leadership feels, thinks, believes from the experience that a new front will help. So why should people go out there and say you're a free NDC? It means you don't even understand party because of ideology type party. So we need to get serious. NDC for you have every time you are close. You are close. No man kwasiaphobia distract mo. And I'm going to say this. What has happened in the NDC leadership in parliament? And the leadership that took the decision. Asiedun Ketiaba, that's when to win elections, he will be blamed. Haruna Iddrisu will not be blamed. So Asiedun Ketia to win election 2024. Obia Mba Muntakadin, everybody will be mentioning Asiedun Ketia, ordinary captain. People will mention Dormaahene. Abra Dormaahene call MPB or say and the on-TSC constituency Dormaahene nya vote chairs MP no. O MP ni kwa technically o kwampo wa mboa Dormaahene. Intend the leadership will make a decision. I don't know sorry kasa because want to mimpo amboa Dormaahene e man cross 7 million. This is leadership. Whether we like it or not. Leadership will take a decision. Asiedun Ketia ba na kedia wa na oha. Dia na nkebeka say extraordinary about his leadership. So Asiedun Ketia, he came. Now he doesn't touch anything. And he also sits there. Then why did we all go and say we want Asiedun Ketia? Just for people to say General Mosquito, General Chairman, or Shabakatari. No. You wanted him to come and make some decisions. Take some decisions. That at the end of the day, you see said there's a new leadership. And where he has touched, it is not a permanent position for anybody. After forcing can be changed next year. After forcing can be retracted and a new person will fill that position. For my brothers and sisters in the north, this is not against Haruna Iddrisu. This is not undermining Haruna Iddrisu. It's a strategy to get the NDC a more personal power. No, you people want the NDC to come to power. You don't want the NDC to take decisions. Then how do you get to power? How do you get to power? And I want to say this. Larry Dogbe, who is the boss of the Herald newspaper, make a statement to me. And honestly, I think it's the best comment so far. Abra NDC for reshuffling way by. I'll say Haruna's silence on reshuffling not helping matters, fueling division. And I think Larry Dogbe has summed everything up. Mr. Kwesi Prat, you are learned, you are an experienced man, I respect you. But the angle you are taking, you are being too passionate. That's not how it works. You never gave us when is the right time to change leadership. And nanaakuffoaddo, tomorrow, another crazy scandal can happen. When will you get the time to change leadership? So I don't agree with you when you say it was reckless. It wasn't. It wasn't reckless. Maybe the people they brought to you don't like. It does not make it reckless. You might not like after forcing them's leading. You might be attached to Haruna Iddrisu the way he does his thing, but the party is looking at the holistic picture. It's not about people's interest. We all have our opinions. We have the right to express our views, but it does not mean that the party is taking a decision to make sure NDC stays in opposition. No, the decision the party has taken is to give the party a new face. Before Haruna Iddrisu and Muntaka were taken out of parliament or reshuffled, we all know the perception out there. Don't you want the NDC to clean some perception in parliament? Don't you want the NDC to protect Haruna Iddrisu's integrity? Don't you want them to make sure that these are vital people they need in the future? So what is reckless about this? Now, Larry Dogbe said that Haruna Iddrisu's continuous silence is not a problem. And I am so disappointed in Haruna Iddrisu. Muntaka, I'm not going to talk about, he's a criminal. Muntaka, the Onyekronfo. And I'll take time and do a piece on Muntaka. But say, as I was say, someone be a nomination will be on far form. Now Muntaka way, Kronfo on can Muntaka catch the last of Betina Angel. He was telling you people he doesn't know me. Oh, Nembabi and Yabroche. Menoka say, Sawase for Amukoya press conference and say, you change Muntaka. You people are a disgrace to the Quran. You. The old men and women who are sitting there and say we are doing press conference. Adentia Muntaka has been reshuffled. You people are a disgrace. That is why some of you Muntaka sees you people some Jimmy offering Kraba and 100 Ghana because what him say some of you people you don't reason, you don't ask questions. Inti sorry, ne yankodi Muntaka press conference echi mubusa Muntaka say onwanka say oto no e dey pan wa ya maso ase. O edagomba ninti ade odin kwasa se ma enka. It should not be like that. Yes, sorry, yakoye press conference. Ade Muntaka minority whip. Ne papa dia. Muntaka mbetu obi o MPP mu, NDC mu. Muntaka wasn't he given the position? Oma omo obi koye press conference. Ade na mama nyoma ye taisa. Why do you, the elders especially, I'm disappointed in you people. Mumpeni na mo wasana mukogu apatase semponche say yeah press conference for the. So you think your press conference no ebema NDC for nyina ka say NDC does not work like that. Ask questions. Udo Muntaka, we get it. Or Yamudoba, we get it. But Muntaka is not delivering. Into Muntaka part ni say who say also be changing. What is the press conference here? Na imam for ahemfum penifo a yempese anu betiamo ma yese nkwara 100 Ghana 20 Ghana nti makotena patase adentra ye change Muntaka na Muntaka NPP NDC ne dia ede na Muntaka ya amamu mwankasa mgu asowase. So I'm going to talk on this. I am so disappointed in Haruna Iddrisu. I was expecting to see a statement from Haruna Iddrisu today. But you see, Haruna Iddrisu, his silence, it will destroy your own career. Haruna Iddrisu, this is an advice from me. You are such an intelligent man. In politics, you have played your cards well. You have shown in so many instances, say, you are somebody who is smart, intelligent, eloquent. But you are showing today that in politics, your own political career, and you don't care about it. I was expecting you, with all the experience you have, to have released a statement telling Ghanaians that that position is not a permanent position. You are part of a party that brought you into parliament to lead. If the party believes that, you know, somebody can take over from you, the same way you took over from somebody, you believe that your support is there. You have seen the chaos in the northern region, Haruna Iddrisu. So tomorrow, say NDC na position are you going to scream? You are digging your political grave. I don't know who is advising you. If I were you, I would have released the statement a long time to calm your constituents down. Are you supposed to be the minority leader till the NDC comes to power? No, it is not guaranteed. There's no document in the NDC headquarters that says Haruna Iddrisu's position as the minority leader is a permanent one. It is not there. If even today they say, what is your problem? Why are you destroying the little career you have built? What kind of ego is that? You are not bigger than the NDC. And many people respect you in the NDC. They are expecting you to release a statement and say, hey, my followers of Tamale, I am Haruna Iddrisu. You have confidence in me. That's why you have kept me in parliament all these years. I went there to work for the party. The party feels that it's about time somebody took over from me. So there is no problem here. I'll still continue to serve the party to make sure what you want, that is we winning power 2024, becomes a reality. Finished. This is a political statement. This is a mature politician. The people that gave you power, they know politics evolves. One day you'll be called to fill a position. One day you'll be called to become the speaker. One day you'll be called, you want to be the flag bearer. Are you expecting this? I was expecting you. Muntaka Jimmy. I was expecting you to do this. Then it means, he said, all that is happening, you are happy about it. You want to disintegrate the NDC. Oh, per se, the NDC should be about you. The NDC made you who you are. And remember, one day you will seek people like us to speak for you to occupy a bigger position. And when we remind you of this today, are you going to be happy? You are adding something to your CV that is not good. You are adding something to your CV that will, in fact, at the end of the day, erase every success you have chucked in politics. People are watching. Delegates are watching. People who love the party are sitting behind and watching your actions. All that is happening, it is your fault. You know why? If you had spoken the day that this statement came out, that would be it. Whether they consulted you or not, at the end of the day, it's about the party you are part of. But you sit in the northern region today in Accra, and you are enjoying people getting misinformation, people being misled, people making it look like somebody hates you in the NDC, somebody kicked you out of the party. You are still an integral member. Haruna Iddrisu, unless you don't want any position in the NDC in the future. But if you want a position, if you are still thinking of growing in this party and occupying very sensitive position, you need to do the right thing today. The changes will never come again. Nobody is going to retract. From my experience in politics, from what I am seeing, from the Ashantehene Ketia, I know his political life I've read, he's not going to retract anything. If Ashantehene Ketia retracts anything here, the party is gone. And I know the Council of Elders, the National Executive Council, they all thought through this. So I don't know why Haruna Iddrisu, you have failed to release a statement. You want to destroy the party. Then it means that you are working for the NPP. Because if you really want the NDC to be a front that is organized to take power, you should have quickly released a statement. You are being childish here, my friend. You are being childish. And this is going to cost you in the future. The earlier the better, my friend. The earlier the better, Haruna Iddrisu. Your ego will destroy your political career. Your ego, it will destroy your political career. You are a fine gentleman. You are very knowledgeable. You are not even built to lead minority in parliament. You are built for bigger positions in your life, in politics. You have proven it so many times. At this moment, your leaders think somebody should take over. It does not make you less. It does not make you ignorant. It does not make you somebody the party does not respect. It is all democracy. So if nobody consulted you, you take it that for the love of the NDC and why I want the NDC to come to power, I don't care. Unless you are being selfish. Unless you think you are bigger than the NDC. But remember, one day, you will step on the stage and say, I want to lead. I want to lead. Listen to me. Somebody will get up and say, you know what? You are selfish. You know what? The party is not about you. You know what? You didn't do what was right. I'm a young man. I've not been in politics. I don't have any political experience, but I have the knowledge to analyze issues. Anybody watching me today, Haruna Iddrisu, it would be better for you to release a statement today to tell the whole world that the bigger picture is to win 2024. Every role you are given to play to win power is what you are interested in. It is the NDC that employed you, and the NDC has every right to fire you. You are lucky you have not been fired. You have just been told that that position is not a permanent position and that somebody too can take over. That's all. Why are our northern brothers chanting? Why are we making MPP for room? You have been together. You have been able to galvanize 6 million over vote. This is nothing. So I'm the stories to the bar. Tell them I am not interested in the leadership of the NDC in parliament. I am interested in the 4 million Ghana cedis. Dollars, health minister from I am interested in the COVID-19 expenditure. I am interested in Ghana's GDP. I am interested in a year gold for oil. I am interested in how we can bring down the dollar. That is where my interest is. I am interested in how the individual bondholders are not going to be affected. That should be your interest. This shouldn't be our interest. Any NDC communicator, any person who wants the NDC to win power 2024, Haruna Iddrisu, he needs to understand leadership sometimes is sour, sometimes is sweet. And when you pass through that, that's when people see you and respect you and say you are a resolute leader. Your own leader, John Dramani Mahama, has gone through sweetness and he's gone through bitterness. He's gotten to that point whereby in Ghana, it is difficult for anybody to compare any politician to him because the bitterness and the sweetness he went through has taught him a lot of lessons. And that is what every politician needs to taste, for you to understand that even if you made mistakes, you can correct them. I'm a young brother to you. It will be in your best interest to release a statement and tell the world, tell the MPP, I am not a fool. I am an NPP, NDC boy. I will still be an NDC boy. I will always be honest. I will always serve the NDC. I knew from day one that this position I was given in parliament wasn't and isn't a permanent one. My interest is to make sure the NDC wins power 2024. My constituents to support me, support the party, support the flag bearer for us to win. That is what a matured politician does. When you allow your ego to overshadow you, the same ego will leave you when you want power. My name is Kavin Taylor. After this short break, I will end today's show. No phone calls.
The NDC show, when we left office, if you look at the records, the debt to GDP was 56%. I mean, and from the projections this government is doing, they say the debt, if they do debt restructuring and go into an IMF program, it will take till 2028 to restore balance of 58% debt to GDP. Meanwhile, you inherited it in 2017 at 56% of debt to GDP. And so what other evidence do you need? When we were leaving office in 2016, all the multilateral agencies predicted that Ghana was going to grow at 8% because of the work we had done. And in 2017, it grew at 8%. And that's a credit this government is trying to claim. By the time you presented your budget and started implementing your programs, I mean, there's no way you could have influenced the growth rate in 2017. That growth rate was achieved by the heavy lifting that we did prior to 2017. And there's one significant fact that I've kept saying that nobody pays attention to. Under that program, for the first time in history, we had agreed with the IMF that we were going to do zero central bank financing. And so in the 2016 fiscal year, for the first time in the history of Ghana, or in the first time in the history of the Fourth Republic, a government implemented its whole budget without taking one single cedi from the Bank of Ghana. And so it's clear that by 2017, when this government came, we had achieved stability in terms of economic management. All they needed was to take it and move it to the next level. There's a price to pay for aloofness. There's a saying that for those who, I've forgotten what exactly it is, but for those who refuse to participate in governance or something, the price they pay is to be ruled by fools. You remember something like that? Today, there are bondholders who said, I don't do politics. Me, I'm neutral. I'm not NDC, I'm not MPP, I'm not what. You see, when the disaster came, today all of them have suddenly jumped up. And yes, I mean, these politicians, if you had participated, we probably would not be where we are. And so everybody must take an interest in how your nation is run. And so nobody should be apolitical. Because when the disaster comes, when the bus crashes, you are in that bus. And the chances of you losing your life is higher probably than the one who was driving. You've seen accidents where a vehicle crashes, the driver survives, the passengers die. Yeah, that's what happened.
All right, thank you very much for being part of today's show. My name is Kavin Taylor. We will be back tomorrow, hopefully. We will make sure our sound is better. Midday tomorrow in Ghana, we will let you know if tomorrow's production is going to come live. And so, God willing, tomorrow, we hope we get our sound right. I'll be back here to discuss Ghana. Thank you very much for being here. This is the first episode in 2023. This year is going to be a very, 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 very interesting year because we have lots of scandals coming up. We will be educating Ghanaians where and what they should do, how to think, and why they should vote for the NDC to lead Ghana come election, come 2025. Remember, the young ones around Ghana, especially the teachers, the civil servants who can read and write and differentiate, analyze fake stories and good stories. Your job is to try and educate our fellow Ghanaians in the hinterlands. Let them know when a story is basically a lie. Our folks in the villages, in the hinterlands, they depend on you guys to read, understand, and break it down for them. So we are pleading with you, our brothers and sisters, national service personnel, young nurses, young doctors who are in the villages and all that. When some stories pop up, you are the guys these people will be asking questions. Please do your best to explain to them why they need to vote for the NDC, why it is important that they need to vote for development, infrastructure. They need to vote for things that will change their lives. They know that you guys have been to school. They know you guys can analyze issues and explain to them. So we should all do our best, especially we the young ones in various villages, having our national service or whatever. We should try our best to educate our young, our fellow Ghanaians on the happenings in Ghana. Let us all do our little bit. If you want the NDC to come to power, all that you need to do is also be a witness. You need to be a volunteer. You need to try and broadcast to the people. Explain to them why they need the NDC back. Why John Mahama can change their lives. What John Mahama did. What John Mahama did in just 3 years. That is basically sending the message out. So if you expect a change in governance, you want a new government in, you want the right things to be done, you want us to go back to the basics, to make sure every Ghanaian isn't treated like an animal in their own country. If you want us to experience real democracy in Ghana, if you want our economy to get back on its feet, get to the right place, if you want a clear visionary leader who will lead us, tell us the truth, even in difficult times, you are the people, our folks in the villages, in the hinterland, they look up to. So do not disappoint them. We are doing our bits here holistically. You can pick the pieces up and make sure the change happens. So let us all see this as a national service. Protect our democracy, save this nation by preaching the gospel of John Dramani Mahama and the NDC, what they have done, what they did, what they are thinking of doing. Professor Nana Akuffoaddo Agyeman's experience in education, how they started free SHS, how they were implementing it slowly, making sure progressively every single Ghanaian gets the opportunity to be in school, how schools were built around the nation, how chip compounds are supposed to be completed. These are the things you need to let the people know. Show them, explain to them why they need to vote this way, why they need to boot out this government made up of corrupt individuals killing us. This is what you can do as a young Ghanaian in the hinterlands, applying your service, being a national service personnel. Do the job. We all need to come on board. I know you might love the NPP, but at this juncture, it is important we save our democracy. Voting for the NDC is a must. It is a must. We need all to come on board and make it happen. Thank you very much for being part of today's show. We have opened 2023. My name is Kavin. My producers are called the Ghost Team, Mr. S, Mr. P, Mr. E, and all the guys who made this possible. I really appreciate your time. We streamed across the world, 22 African countries, including Ghana. Our main platform is on multi-TV. Search for LoudSilence TV. We will play this show again tomorrow afternoon in Ghana. LoudSilence TV on YouTube. You can also watch the show again. We are live on Facebook, LoudSilence TV, and also on Facebook. Our main platform is With All Due Respect page. My name is Kavin. We have affiliates who cross-posted the show today. Benjamin Wayo Mahama cross-posting. NDC TV, they were live. Honorable Joseph Yamin, they streamed the show live. Hopex TV and radio are also live tonight. Kevin Taylor, my official page on Facebook. We did the magic to the Ghana news thread. They are our affiliates. They also cross-posting the show tonight. Thank you very much, every single individual who made time to watch us. We bring you more facts, breaking the issues down for you to understand. The NDC should win election 2024. They cannot do it alone. We all need to come together, try, speak to each other, advise each other, explain governance to each other for us to all go to the ballot and vote the NPP out. John Dramani Mahama will do it. And I know from what I've seen, what we have all witnessed, and the track record he has. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you.